You're listening to the Casual Swinger Podcast. As your hosts, we need to warn you that the material you're about to hear may be sexual or explicit in nature. This podcast is intended for an adult audience. Now, we don't expect you to act like adults. What's the fun in that?
We're a married couple living in Florida with over 13 years of experience in the lifestyle, and we take almost nothing seriously. Casual Swinger is a variety show, meaning we'll cover everything from music to events, travel, and even the occasional hilarious screw-up. Our show is about entertainment. We're not licensed professionals.
At anything.
And our stories, commentary, and guidance should not be confused with the opinions of a licensed professional.
Now that you know, let's take those pants off and get comfy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Casual Swinger. I'm your co-host, Mallory.
And I'm Mickey for this episode. This special out-of-sync episode for the third fucking time this season.
I know, we can't help it. Who doesn't like a good bonus? Like bonus dick. That's always good.
Bonus dick. Is that what you're going to get tonight when we go back
yes,
to bed? Because you got late earlier today.
I did. I love starting off our mornings with sex. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
That didn't, well, it did suck, but not in the way it didn't suck. It was fun.
I totally sucked it. So this episode's really awesome. I'm super excited about it. This is the next version of Ladies of the Lifestyle, which I was totally honored and flattered to be able to do. Thank you, Angie. Love you bunches. That's Angie of Average Swingers, by the way.
Yeah, so this thing kind of came to be. We got together with Double Date Nation and Our Naughty Escapades and Average Swingers in order to record Podcastapalooza, because Virtual Podcastapalooza happened, and we had this idea that we wanted to do. We wanted to get together with these people. We wanted to really kind of make it twisted and fun and funny. So Jay agreed to show up and be our butler for this virtual double date.
The virtual double date, I think, was genius. I think we had some unfortunate technical errors with the internet connection.
Oh, yeah, the hotel's internet sucked.
Oh, man, that was such a bummer because it was so much fun and such great content. And I love collaborating with that group of people so much. It didn't feel like work. It was very natural. It was a lot of fun, and a lot of good information came out of it. And it was, tongue-in-cheek, which is very on brand for us.
Yeah, very much so. And Jay, of course, was butt naked from the waist down, and he was hanging towels over his robo-penis, which was utterly hilarious.
Oh, my gosh, it was so great.
And what most people don't know is, so every time Jay came up to see us when we were doing Virtual Podcastapalooza, he had a note for me with questions from the audience.
Yes, because Angie was running the board, right?
Yes.
So she would see what would populate into the chat or the Q&A, and she would gift that to Jay, and he would deliver it to you. So it was really genius, and we didn't plan that. They're just really good at execution.
Yeah.
It was genius.
It was crazy, and it was so much fun. And what that led to, of course, is we were all in the same place at the same time. So Angie does this thing called Ladies of the Lifestyle.
Yes, and it's no boys allowed. Very candid and honest conversation between groups of women, talking about various topics from stuff that relates to the lifestyle or personal health, sexual wellness, emotional.
Yeah.
It scales the full gamut.
I had no idea what this was because the guys, we all left. We went to the dispensary.
Yeah, we literally kicked you out.
Yeah, we left the fucking hotel. We're we're going to buy weed. We're leaving. So we all have to went to the dispensary and left you guys there alone to record this shit by yourselves.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. Until I edited this thing, I had no idea what was in it.
So I'm used to speaking in my vanilla job, which I have no problem doing, and I'm used to doing the podcast with you. So it was a lot of fun. I was a little nervous, obviously. I mean, who would be when you're in a new environment with people? But
I'm so proud of my baby bird flying on her own out of the
But I
nest.
mean, we have recorded with Jay and Angie before. So I mean, after 30 seconds, it was just like a bunch of friends who've known each other for a long time talking about honest shit.
Yeah,
it was great.
You guys were a bunch of cackling harpies. I edited this thing. I know exactly what happened.
It was so much fun. I could have done it for hours and hours and hours. So this episode of Ladies of the Lifestyle, is it okay to get into the content of it? Okay. So there's going to be 3 versions, right, that come out. So ours talks about virtual dating and virtual parties, which you're going to hear in a few minutes. The second episode, it talks about bisexuality. And there was a lot of really great conversation around that as well. And that's going to be released by Our Naughty Escapades because Nikki was the representative from that podcast there. So that'll be coming out a week from today.
Uh-huh.
And then the third edition, Average Swingers, Angie, will release the next week.
Okay, so the next 3 weeks are all ladies.
All the ladies, all the times.
Hot damn.
I love all the segments, and Angie's going to be talking about body image.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're really not that long, guys. They're like 35 minutes apiece. So you guys aren't going to be overwhelmed here. What you are going to hear is ladies really having this honest conversation with no guys around. So fellas, if you ever wondered what women talk about when you're not there, it's a good time to check it out.
Yeah, we got it recorded for the most part, and on all of these episodes, Andi from Double Date Nation joined us too. She was a fantastic
Andi.
contributor. I know. I had a room full of sexy ladies, and we behaved ourselves.
Sorry, I'm just crushing over here. Don't mind me.
I've crushed on all of them. So today's episode technically releases, I guess it's kind of Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, it releases at midnight tonight.
So you can expect it next weekend, which is going to be the weekend October 4th or 5th from Our Naughty Escapades. And then Average Swingers will release the following week, which look for that, I think, 11th or 12th.
Yeah, well, speaking of Double Date Nation and the hottie herself, Admin Andi, don't forget, guys, that on September 30th, which is just a couple of days from today, because tomorrow's the 28th, which is when this comes out, 29th and 30th. On the 30th, we're going to pull a name. We're going to pull a name from Double Date Nation's lifetime members that have joined since we started the promotion for casualtoys.com.
Are we doing this at like 11:59?
Yeah, right.
On the 30th?
Okay,
I'll stay up late.
We'll do it. But so Dave's going to pull a name. He's going to give us a name, and that person is going to win a Womanizer Premium courtesy of casualtoys.com. That's Mallory and I's little side gig here that's kind of loosely associated with Casual Swinger and casualswinger.com. But if you still don't have a lifetime membership to Double Date Nation, you got 2 days left to get in on that lifetime membership. Lifetime memberships are going away. So you're not going to be able to get a lifetime membership this time next month.
Yep.
And you get a chance to win a Womanizer Premium courtesy of casualtoys.com. So you got like 2 days left, guys. Don't fuck this up.
Way to give positive reinforcement there.
Hey, I'm not that like cushy give you a hug guy. I'm like, hey, stop fucking up, guy.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So
that's how I roll. And we got that going on, and we're leaving for Hito in like a month.
I know, that's so crazy. So November sold out now. Thank you everyone who booked with us. So excited to see everyone in November. If you still want to come party, travel with us, we have our February trip. We still have rooms open. So if you'd like to travel with us, go to that page on casualswinger.com.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what's going to happen, right? So we knew that, we had a few rooms because, we had a bunch of cancellations because of COVID, and then all those rooms that canceled ended up reselling. So we're going to see the same thing happen in February. So if you want to go with us in February, check out casualswinger.com. Travel with us. It's on the left-hand side all the way down at the bottom. And you can get it. Basically, it's just a link to rachelsrascals.com. You can save yourself some time and go there. That's RACHALS, rascals.com.
Yeah, and you can reach out to us directly if you happen to have questions before you decide you want to book.
I just did that yesterday. A couple reached out to us, and I actually did a three-way call and set them up with Jim over at the Rascals. And
that's awesome.
It was weird. I was kind of like a fly on the wall. It was very strange.
You usually like that, though.
That's only when you're playing. That's fun.
Kinky bastard.
I am a kinky
Love
bastard. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to get you guys off to the ladies of the lifestyle. These ladies are Mallory from Casual Swinger, Nikki from Our Naughty Escapades, Double Date Andi, that's Admin Andi from Double Date Nation. And
Double Date Andi.
She is. I want a double date with Andi. Fuck off. And of course, Angie from Average Swingers. And this was her baby, her idea. This is something they do. So really appreciate them including us in this.
Absolutely. So flattered. So we're going to discuss virtual parties and virtual dating and our views and thoughts on them.
So
I'm excited. Fun. Yeah.
Before we dip out, you want to tell everybody where to find us, and we'll bring the ladies in.
I guess so. We're Casual Swinger everywhere, folks. You want to look for us, casualswinger.com. Send us a message at podcast@casualswinger.com if you have any questions. You can see us on social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And love us, want to date us? Go to Double Date Nation, Quiver, SLS, SDC, and Cassidy.
There you go, folks. Without further ado, this is Ladies of the Lifestyle. You've been listening to Casual Swinger.
everyone, to Ladies of the Lifestyle. I am Mallory from the Casual Swinger podcast.
And I'm Andi from Double Date Nation.
And I'm Nikki from Our Naughty Escapades.
I'm Angie from Average Swingers.
Well, thanks for having us, Angie. I appreciate being on here. And today we're going to be talking about virtual dates and virtual parties, which I think is something we've all either done or heard a lot about, especially given the times, right? We've all
especially recently.
Yeah, we've been sequestered, quarantine, you name it, and we're trying to keep our sanity and still have part of our lifestyle still be involved.
Right.
So, has anyone here attended a virtual date or a virtual party?
Yes.
Virtual party, yes, not a virtual date.
Okay.
So we have done a couple of virtual parties as host and then as attendees. So it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of the virtual party? I mean, it's very innovative. So out of crises comes innovation. I truly believe that. But the execution and everyone's feedback has been a little mixed. So what was your experience like?
As attendees, it wasn't that bad because we could go in and out of rooms as we chose.
Okay.
And you can have interactive conversation. You could leave your camera on, or you can leave it off. You can mute yourself or not. I mean, that was your control, so that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
On the host side, it was a little bit different because
Okay.
you're hosting, but there's a lot more technical stuff to do. So it looks like you're not paying attention to the crowd because the camera's on you, but then you're doing stuff, looking down, playing with the computer, or this and that. So I think it's a little bit different for both, but I didn't really get anything out of the attendee part. So it wasn't like I overly enjoyed it or it didn't stimulate me in any way. I guess that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think the expectation of having it be or feel like an event that we would attend in person, I think you're setting yourself up for failure there. It's just an opportunity to engage with other people. But you're saying there's other rooms, so is it kind of like structured? Maybe like has any of you been to like work conferences where you go to booths?
Yes.
For instance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's set up like in conventions where everyone has like a pop up or a cube, and you go make the rounds, and you stop and talk to whoever you please. And in the digital universe, it's how I kind of imagine it to be like. I haven't done a virtual event actually until today. Andi and I did the virtual PCAP with Kate as presenters, and that was a lot of fun. And the feedback is the attendees really enjoyed that.
Had a good time.
And I'm very curious what it's like on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, Andi and Nikki, you guys haven't done anything virtual of that nature?
No.
I have not done a date. I've done the parties, which were pretty fun to set up for because you could get the black light and the little strobe light, which are all relatively inexpensive on Amazon. So that was fun, kind of setting up, kind of getting the energy and vibe and pre-gaming. That was all kind of part of fun of the.
It's almost as
event.
Nice as picking out your outfit for the day.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right on. And that's a lie. We did something virtual for your birthday, Nikki. Do you remember that?
That's true.
Yes. That was a lot of fun.
That was a blast.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that you guys were going to do kind of the same thing and decorate behind you. So that was so special.
Yeah.
It felt special.
It was a lot of fun. And granted, we much prefer to be in each other's company physically. But as an alternative, I think that worked out really well.
It did.
And I saw some people get a little uninhibited, maybe more so than we would if we were just going out to dinner or a bar together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely some naked sexiness.
Yeah. There was some
Yeah.
sex.
You were included in some of the nakedness.
I probably was. I probably was. I think
recall.
my inner exhibitionist came out a bit, and I was like, all right, it's on. I see one naked person, I'm all
I heard
in.
about that. Was that part of the never mind. I don't remember. Never mind.
Okay, just kidding.
Just psych. Are we still in the 80s theme? Psych.
So, for those who haven't gone, what kept you away from participating in the virtual event?
I think I didn't understand and wrap my head around how all of that would work.
Yeah.
So we just didn't, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gun shy, maybe. I have
You
no
shy?
idea. I know.
What?
This new thing that's happened during hell.
Hashtag COVID.
Hashtag COVID. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
Yeah, so you felt maybe a little more hermitish, and you're like, I'm just not. My head's not there.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I think we've all been there. I think this weekend is when I'm finally like, okay, regardless of what the outcome's going to be, I have to find a way to still be myself, even in a vanilla setting, in my vanilla life.
to engage and interact with people, even though I feel like closing all the walls and just shutting myself in until it's safe to come out, kind of like a mole or an ostrich.
Or an ostrich.
An ostrich. Just stick
Bury
in
your
the
head and
ground.
kill yourself. No,
Right.
just kidding. Don't do that.
Which is no. But I think that's a natural reaction to, the times, right? Like we're scared and we just want it to all go away. And it's time now to start adapting. So I think I'm trying to embrace that more. We just recently started doing virtual dates, which I honestly highly recommend. For whatever reason, the people on the other side of the screen, they're, again, a little more uninhibited. And I'm not saying like they got naked on the first date, but there's a lot more transparency and honesty that happened. And I found that very sexy, super sexy, because they're in the comfort of their own home. And we dressed up kind of like we would dress up for a date anyways. And we've had probably 4 or 5, and they've been smashing. Like 100%. We're engaging with people we normally wouldn't have. Like we just talked to a couple from Arizona. And so we're like, guess we're going to Phoenix at some point. This is going to happen.
So you haven't had a bad one yet?
Not a bad one yet, no.
Where you had to figure out a way to exit?
No, and maybe it's just our luck or our perception, or maybe like the no, what's the word I'm looking for? Like no one's assuming like stuff's gonna go down. There's a lot less pressure. So I think
was there play?
There was a little nakedness on a couple. Yeah. I mean, nothing that would be, I would call pornographic, but definitely on the table.
Gotcha.
Definitely on the table because it was really hot.
Because you could play sexy games, the game of the lifestyle, and,
even virtually.
Yeah.
Oh, the game of lifestyle, yeah. I think I saw, didn't Kate do something on that?
She did.
Sure.
Yeah. Have you guys ever played?
No.
Game of lifestyle? I haven't either.
Yes.
I've heard good things. You have?
It's so much fun.
Okay.
It's fun.
You both have played it? Tell us about it.
Yeah.
How would it work virtually, though?
So you would just not have the room to work with. You would just make it work. So you just draw a card, or the other couple could draw a card for you, whoever else is involved, if it's a party or just a date.
Right.
And then you have to do what their card says and vice versa. So you could definitely get creative with it.
Really? So it's like all like, is it kind of like dares in a way?
So... yeah, I was going to say the vacuum's happening, and I'm like, it's not going to work.
Do you want me to pop my head out there?
No. It should be done in a second. We'll just use this as a small animation.
Yeah. Anyone have to tinkle?
No.
Because we're recording it.
Anybody wanting cheese?
Yes, I want some meat. Thanks.
You good? It's all, no carbs.
I'm good. I'm not hungry. I'm still full from breakfast. I had pancakes.
And I'm never full.
No, I did. Well, someone shoved a biscuit in my mouth last night, so I'm like, well,
You ate
I
that.
penny in for a pound.
And I ate it.
I didn't see you getting too upset about it.
I looked at you guys like,
Is-
not me.
Is biscuit like
Marshmallow?
code word for something?
I don't know, maybe.
I think biscuit's code word for something. Who stuck what in your mouth?
Larry stuck a biscuit in my mouth.
Oh, literally a biscuit.
I was like,
sure
it
it was
snacky with
somebody
me.
stuck a biscuit
I
in my
feel
mouth.
like it was very like, it was very raw. I almost was like, I think this is like what the animal kingdom does. Like, here's some of my acorns. I like you. Yeah,
This
it was
is
cute.
my secret stash.
It was a secret stash, and he brought out. He just went, boom,
Right in this.
popped it right in my mouth.
Big Larry?
Yeah, Big Larry. All right, so we were talking about game of lifestyle. So is it kind of like dares?
So
in a way?
it is. It's kind of like a spin the bottle mentality, that dynamic. So I think it says spin the bottle on the top of some of the cards. So if you're able to do that, you just randomly, whoever the bottle lands on, you do the action on the card. So it could be like, I think there's the icebreaker cards.
There's 3 decks.
And then that goes up in peppers, I think, in like heat levels, and there's extra hot. Those are aggressive. I mean, it's going to tell you to...
You have to be comfortable with the people you're around to play the hot ones.
Okay, so it's like different levels then.
Right.
Like you have warm.
Your icebreakers are touch the person's arm. Your peppers are suck on boobs or cock, or it could be anything. Pick someone, or it says specifically the woman 2 down from you or something. So
so this
pretty
is
awesome.
So like in real life and the best of times, we could have sat around a table and have 15 of us and play this game. Doesn't have to be even or odd numbers. Doesn't matter how many girls or boys are there.
No.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And you can do it virtually.
Yeah.
fun. And now we've done some vanilla games. Like we did like the Jackbox TV stuff, which I think did we do that during your birthday party? I thought that was a lot of fun.
We've done that with Suffolk Swingers.
Yeah. I love Quiplash. That's probably my favorite.
Murder mystery.
I haven't played that yet.
The murder party. Murder party is my favorite. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun.
I like the murder party. I'm just weird though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we like you that way.
But it also, I think being virtually now has taught some people how to be more technical who never would have been that way or ever had to do that. They're learning something new too. So if you were never a technical person or you didn't like your cell phone because it was too technical or whatever the case may be, you now had to learn how to Zoom or Skype or what other website is out there for
adapting.
Yeah, you had to learn to do those things where you wouldn't have done so before. So
yeah, and actually I think that's a really good thing. Coming from the industry I work in, one of the metrics that's out there is people who don't have connectivity or don't engage in the IT applications like Zoom or, I mean, anything that we here at this table may find common in our life, but it's almost like speaking another language in an English-speaking country to them. Like there's a barrier there when they don't engage, haven't, or don't have access to it. So I think that's actually a benefit that's going to come out of all of this negativity and stuff that we've been seeing since COVID hit.
Yeah, so I guess, Nikki, I wanted to ask you, is that why you guys didn't engage more on your part of the virtual, or were you just not really into the technical part of it? Was it too much to try to stare at a screen versus and engage with somebody?
I don't think it did not have anything to do with technical. Bob's IT.
I just meant for you in particular.
No, I think it was, I was in a shell.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't comfortable with myself and I've gotten bad about doing my makeup, doing my hair, so I just felt frumpy. And I didn't, even just from the neck up, when we Zoom, I try to get that damn laptop as far away from my face. Just because I'm that uncomfortable. That's the side effect of what's happened during this pandemic. It's just not just weight, it's mental, it is all of it.
Kind of depression from
Yeah, and that's hard to come to terms with because I don't think we realize it right away. I think it's something that operates in the background, and when it comes to the forefront, you're usually pretty deep in that hole at that point.
It's usually Bob asking me repeatedly, "What is wrong with you? What is wrong?" I'm thinking nothing.
Yeah, and now you feel subconscious.
You're a completely different person. I'm going, what? What are you talking about?
And did you find yourself feeling guilty when he'd approach you about that? Like, oh my God, I thought I was fine.
A little guilty, but more puzzled because I didn't recognize it. I just fell into this abyss, I guess. And it's helped knowing that there was something to look forward to because we haven't had that in a long time. So I think that has a little bit to do with it too. On how I'm trying to make my comeback. I mean, everything's affected from my sex life to how I treat my kids and how present I am in being next to a person. You know what I mean? I'm just checked out. So it's all getting better. I wish it was technical. It would have been way easier.
But having a mentality like that it's some people would never admit to that. They wouldn't admit to that. I just didn't want to. I wanted to stay a recluse. I didn't want to engage and want to turn the camera on. I now have to engage at some level other than what I do on a normal basis. So
which was already too much for me.
So I could see that. And I think me and Jay have switched during COVID, whereas before I was always the outgoing and he was always not. He was just like too many people, too many, whatever. Well, during COVID, it has switched where he is losing his shit sometimes if he don't get to see other people. Like, in 10 days, like, it can't even go 2 weeks. We can't go 2 weeks without seeing somebody because he'd be like, I need interaction. And also, I think what helped was that we used to host meet and greets. Well, now we don't see that interaction with different people anymore. And he goes, I don't think I realized how much I liked it until we stopped doing it. And me, I'm just like, I don't really care. Yeah, and I'll sit here in the house for there's been weeks where I haven't left the house because I didn't need to.
Yeah, same here. I don't know that I've been inside a grocery store in, 9 months.
I have done the grocery store thing, but I mean, like, I haven't physically left the house because we don't do much grocery shopping, and everything can be delivered, so I don't and I work from home, so it's
same here. Same here. I actually had to start forcing myself, even if it was a walk around the neighborhood, literally just getting out my front door. And it was like this epiphany. I'm like, I have not been outside in 30 days. 30 days I have not put my foot on grass.
Right.
This is not healthy. This is insane.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, like you said, just talking about it and realizing that, okay, I need to do some self-care. I need to look at what's going on here.
Yep.
It's hard to talk about. I think I know guys have this like machismo thing in some environments or even in some generations where they don't feel comfortable talking about their feelings. But I think it translates to women too. If we bare our souls and become vulnerable, we look at ourselves and go, we're broken. And if I talk about being vulnerable and my problems, people are going to look at me as broken, and I need to be strong because that's our role, right?
For most of us.
Yeah.
Don't show the cracks.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Smile and carry on. Tits out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tits out.
Yeah. So,
how did you fare, Andi, in the pandemic? I mean, did you guys?
Well, we both work from home, so it wasn't a major change. However, normal everyday errands and things like that. So you get out of the house, like what Mallory said, you're literally cooped up with the same four walls, and you start feeling like you're spiraling, you're just spinning, and you don't really want to come out of it. It's a weird mindset how that shifts.
It is. You almost get comfortable in the chaos.
Yeah.
Like you settle into it and have accepted it.
This is now. This is how it is now.
I think like everyone's going through the grieving process, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were worried about, and this may turn a little dark, we were more worried about those in abusive relationships.
Oh,
like,
yes.
outside of us, we're not. But those people, whether it's mental or physical, normally the abusee can get away at some point, whether it's work or whatever. So we were thinking about how do women get out of this, or men, if they're in an abusive relationship and now you're stuck at home with that person all the time.
Same thing with children. They're not going to school. There's no one else outside the home to see if there's something off or amiss.
Yes.
They're literally trapped. Yeah, right there with you.
Yeah. So it was little, I mean, we weren't so much concerned about ourselves as we were about how it's going to affect people who needed the work or school or errands to run as an escape route for something else.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right, do we want to switch to something a little more lighthearted?
No,
like
we're still doing virtual. So in that respect, doing virtual may have brought somebody out of that. Like out of that, I get to see somebody else. I get to interact with somebody else. So bringing that negativity to a light, I get to learn how to do this, and I can talk to other people. And I think we've used Zoom or Skype more in the last 6 months than we have in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Mostly because and we've talked to more people. We've talked to bed hoppers in the UK. We've talked to Kate in Singapore. So the timing is easier too because everybody's home.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for somebody to get home.
Yeah,
everybody's home. They're just going to make sure they're awake.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, because my sleep schedule, like I have multiple naps during the day now. Yeah, and masturbation times. Yeah, I space them out.
It's not a bad
wonderful,
thing.
Actually.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Yeah.
So how would you, if you decided you wanted to do a virtual party, and say you had not a glow theme because that one's too easy, but say you decided we're still doing this during Halloween, how would you decorate a room on a backdrop for Halloween and then still be able to use your Zoom for everybody to see it?
Oh, that's a tough one because I've noticed we had a couple fails. So lighting's kind of everything. So whatever you do, you have to make sure people can see you. Because like we had this whole like purple, black, blue light thing going on and then realized we are shadow puppets. And that doesn't translate very well. So we had to figure out the lighting for the most part. But for a backdrop, I mean, we're kind of weird. I mean, I would probably, just a little bit. I mean, I would totally go for like, something traditional like Halloween theme because I do love Halloween and Christmas. Like those are my jam. Like I go batshit for those.
You're that girl.
I'm that girl. I have a storage unit of decorations.
Oh, shit.
I just called myself out. Don't tell my husband, folks. That's actually a secret.
She should.
Yeah.
Secret?
Yes.
It's a she
Secret
shed.
squirrel, y'all.
Mallory's got a she shed.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's editing this. All right. I'm sure
Love
that'll
you,
come in
babe.
soon. Yeah. I'm paying for it. It's fine. But I think it would be cool to have like a slideshow because you can do the virtual like backgrounds on Zoom.
Yep.
Like something that's horror movie theme
That's
and
a
have it
good
like
idea.
rotate like a slideshow in the back with classic horror movies. I think that would be a little fun.
That would be fun.
Because you can get really creative with those things, and then it costs you $0.
nothing.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can do that with any theme, though, if you decided to have any kind of party.
Yeah.
So Halloween being an example, but even at Christmas time, if we're still stuck and you
Yeah.
can't fly to
Yeah.
somewhere because you can't visit family, or
Yeah.
if someone's sick, you can still
Yeah.
see them.
Yep.
So I mean,
Or-
you can still decorate and do all of the things, open gifts together. I mean, you can just set your computer out on a countertop and see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be right on your lap or really close, just
Absolutely.
head size.
That's a good point. I've got a friend that does that. Her parents live in another country,
Mhm.
and she's got 2 kids. And every Christmas, she actually does that.
Mm.
She does a live stream, and then she records it to send it if for whatever
Yeah.
reason they weren't
Right.
able to access
That's
the live
cool.
stream. But sits in all Christmas morning, 2 hours worth of content
Yeah.
for her folks. That's really brilliant, actually.
That's good.
Yeah. So I mean, there's many ways to make it not just personal,
Yeah.
but as if they're like standing there with you,
Yeah.
and you're talking to a screen, but they can still see what you're doing.
Yeah. So all of you guys have kind of like hosted and attended events. I love that question. How would Andi and Nikki, what would you guys do? Like, would you decorate for Halloween? Like, what are some ideas?
I'd go all out. I'd
Yeah.
have the theme, and of course, Dave being technical, I would have him put something on the screen somehow, like digitally.
Yeah.
Maybe little bats flying around and some scary music, and then I would like
Nice.
run around in a witch outfit or something. You would never know. It's just random.
You would be the one person to throw
Yes.
candy at the screen.
Exactly.
Take it, bitch.
Exactly.
Take it.
Right. Who wants some
We don't
candy?
get trick-or-treaters on the screen.
Right. Exactly. Nailed it. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not that good. I am not the creative one.
Really?
I'm not. That is
I would have pegged you for being like crafty and creative.
Don't look at me. I'm not either.
No.
I can't sew a button or
Me
I can barely
either.
tie a shoe,
Bob does that
but-
too.
Let me
he has
tell
a
you how
sewing
great-
machine. He's got it all. I have nothing.
Well, we're gonna
Wow.
have to
I have
talk
a
about
power
that.
washer.
Bob has a sewing machine.
Yes, let's dig into
Let's
that.
talk about this.
secrets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh no. We won't tell anybody.
No.
Well, he
Goodness,
can make
like
you
web
a cute
scritches and-
backdrop. He can do
Yeah.
all that
See?
stuff for you.
He actually can't. And we have a Cricut, so we can do that too. You could use that too.
Did you just get a router that you're enjoying? You could show
You
off
guys
your
are
routing skills.
really. This is
some
getting.
wood.
I'm getting wet. I'm wet right now. I'm so wet. I am so wet right now. That is so sexy.
I
Say
like the power
router.
tools.
Say
He has a
router.
sewing machine.
Yeah.
Say router again. Say it.
Say sexy, aggressive.
You're so dirty.
So you work with power tools?
I
I'm
love
not
them.
crafty.
I'm not.
That is
I can
crafty,
follow
man.
Pinterest though.
Okay.
I don't even follow
Dude,
Pinterest.
I-
You're still better than me.
I can't even operate a vacuum without it catching fire. So the fact that you can use a router, I'm impressed. I'm with you. I'm
And
maybe
the
getting a
power
little wet.
washer, it's like my favorite thing. It's
Oh.
instant gratification.
Mhm.
It cleans everything.
It's like therapy.
So I just have one question on the power washer. How often have you used it on Bob?
I haven't because that shit hurts.
Yeah, you
I
just
would've
would've-
I hit my foot once and I went,
Oh yeah.
I've
it
been
takes
like,
the first
Jay,
couple
back up a
layers
little
off.
bit. Let's see if it hurts now. Back up. Let's see if it
I can
hurts.
turn it on. Let me adjust the nozzles, not zero.
Decide a safe zone.
Yeah, you decide where you should stand, and I'll decide how hard it should be.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That'd be a funny virtual video.
Yeah. Be a how-to.
I would watch that.
You want
Too.
to see Bob be a bitch? Hold on.
But he's got a shirt packet.
Yeah, totally
yeah.
shirt pocket.
That's
Got
obvious.
it. That's obvious.
It's
Yeah.
it's like his calling card.
It
Yeah.
is, and I don't know how that actually I do. It was Jay and
It
Angie.
was Jay.
Oh.
It was our fault last year
Yeah.
last year at the fun party.
Okay.
He was running around and
It was cool.
we're like, Bob, what are you doing? He goes, everything below my waist is warm. My shoulders are cold. And I was like, oh, okay. And Jay's like, shirt cocking. Good job.
I guess it's better than a bolero jacket.
I don't know what that is.
So it's like the little jackets that just go across your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that for girls?
I mean, anyone could technically wear it, but I'm sure naked with a bolero is interesting.
Do they
Yeah, for
generally wear
anybody.
those with jumpers and tutus or something? I don't know. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Ballerinas wear them sometimes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like the long sleeves
I
that
didn't
just
know
cover
there
the
was a name.
arms.
I thought it was just a really tiny jacket.
They wash it on
Walk into
hot.
Macy's, excuse me, I'm looking for a really tiny jacket.
It's
You know what
almost
I mean?
baby
You know what I
size.
mean? Yeah, really tiny one.
Little baby ones for my
It's
shoulders.
barely gonna
Yeah.
fit on my shoulders. Ma'am, we call that a scarf.
Don't get sassy, ma'am. I want it now.
But I mean, can we go back to virtual dates?
Yes,
Yeah. So, anyone else? Am I the only one that's done virtual dates?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you guys be up for a challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next 30 days, I'd love to see you guys book a virtual date, and then let's all get together and talk about it.
We
Okay.
can definitely do that.
Yeah, book a virtual date and see how it goes.
Do you want it with somebody we know or new people?
I think that I'll let that be up to you guys. I don't want to put anybody under undue pressure, but make it like a date, like you're going out to dinner or a party together.
So get ready.
get-
do the whole.
Get ready, have a plan to interact. You know, obviously talking and asking questions and whatnot's fun, but like you said, the game of lifestyle, something that'll bring a little something extra to the table.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be like super sexy, get naked and let's have a
So
live porno for
no
each other.
expectations.
No expectations, but just see how it goes.
Okay.
It's been so positive for me. I mean, I'd love to see if I'm an anomaly or if it will help other people.
Well, I want to know how to get out of it if it's bad.
What?
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi going down? That
Disconnect.
Well, now we can't use that one.
Mickey, edit that out, please.
That's an edit. That's an edit.
I mean,
You develop a code word.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, gotta go walk the dogs. Oh, I gotta get up early for work tomorrow. I have an early meeting.
That's a kid,
Yeah.
right?
My mom's calling. I have to go. Yeah. It's actually, I think it would be a lot easier to get out of it if you're
think
ready to cut it short and it's not going well.
It would be easier, but you still don't want to just cut it
No.
off.
No, and I
You
think
still have some sort of exit or some sort of end to it.
yeah, and I think you have to commit to it for an hour because there is an awkward like first 5 to 10 minutes as you're getting started, right? Because there's no tactile interaction, right? So reading them takes a little bit longer. But once you get to a comfort level, again, my experience is much more transparency, much more honesty, and a lot more laughs.
Right.
So
What about location? I mean, some people have been zooming from their couch, aka us. But you could totally just sit the laptop on the table or the tablet or whatever you're using on the table, and you can actually have dinner and eat whatever you decide. I mean,
That's
if you want to
true.
do that, if you want to do that.
that's true. I don't know if I feel comfortable eating virtually in front of someone. I'd have to like really think about
You
that.
can
but
take your
have
clothes
drinks.
off and get kinky, but you don't want to eat in front of people?
I guess, yeah. This is how fucking weird I am. Like, I don't want to have a snacky in front of you.
Right.
Maybe like a charcuterie tray, but not like I'm looking for must steak dinner and mashed
Right.
taters. Like, hold on, I have a mouthful.
Yeah, you're just looking at
But
each other
that
and be
actually
like,
happens in
Yeah.
a real date.
That's
if you're
true,
eating
that's
and
true.
you're having food, I mean, you can break it down to just an appetizer, but
Uh-huh.
to make it as authentic as you can, you would want to have some sort of edible because there's going to be a silence of
You may
dead air.
You may want to clarify edible.
Food to eat, not
Okay.
not edibles. Food to eat.
Yeah. Okay.
Nutritious. Something
Well,
with
some people think it's
nutrition.
nutritious.
so when it gets
that's not even
quiet,
valid.
Okay,
like,
that's
you're just
okay.
eating along and it just kind of gets quiet and you're just like, do I smell? Did you guys get the spaghetti? Did you just really click them that
Well, then you
way?
can talk about, hey,
Yeah.
'cause especially if there's people out there who like to cook.
Yeah.
And they have cooked a nice meal
Yeah.
that gives you something to talk about, and then they can talk about their food that they cooked for
Yeah.
themselves. But it's just another way to have another avenue of conversation.
I like that. So we've done them in a couple places. We done at the kitchen table. We've also we have a cute little bar nook area, so that's been fun and engaging. So like if we're doing like sangria, that'll all be pre-made, and the cafe will be like right next to us with our glasses, so we don't have to travel or move and get up, so we stay engaged and present. And also we have some we've strategically put like some weird stuff in our bar. Like we have a baby Yoda there. We have a goat picture, and they're all like, it's almost like find the hidden picture game.
Like eggs.
Yes.
What are they called? Are they
Easter eggs? Yep. Yes. Kind of like Easter eggs that gives us something to talk to. Like maybe they notice it, or maybe we'll bring it up in conversation. But I find like if you have something a little interesting in the backdrop, maybe you have a picture that hangs in your living room that could be your background. You know, maybe something that you painted, or I don't know, like the area you pick, like outside if you have a porch and it's nice outside, and a lanai or a pool or pretty trees, a stripper pole. There you go.
Mine's a stripper pole.
Yeah.
Yours is
I think on that
I know.
that would be interesting to talk about too. So
yes, that is a
stripper pole.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to look like J-Lo, and I'm really not close at all.
So do you dance in the stripper pole?
No.
Oh.
I walk around it while I'm touching it.
Okay.
And you
Like-
should see her put her heels on when she does it, because she can't even stand up.
I'm good, is
You
what
look
she's saying.
brand new baby deer?
Yeah. I look like a baby deer, yes.
Bambi
Heel
legs.
clicks.
She's got Bambi
She
legs.
likes heel clicks too.
I like to slap. Have you know what I mean? Like when the strippers slap their
Yeah.
heel. Okay, so
Yeah,
it wasn't
clacking.
just me.
I didn't know it. I don't actually go to strip clubs all that
Oh,
much.
it's called
so.
clacking.
Clacking.
But yeah.
I
Yeah,
did not
that's
know.
the thing.
See, they
I
were
didn't know
trying
there
to.
was a word for
Somebody
it.
showed me was it you guys showed me a video? Is that
Yes,
okay?
it
Yeah,
was.
it's like they're like they do this. I'm like I don't know. Generally, the only time I've ever been to a strip
they
club
do
is
legs
we're
and go,
hosting,
wow.
so-
Yep, and then they
Sorry.
slap them on the stage.
Yeah.
So that's clacking.
Yeah.
Today, the word for the day
Yes.
is clacking.
It's
Use it in a
It's not
sentence.
bacon juice.
No.
Well, I mean,
I don't
yeah.
have any left. Sorry, Jay dumped it out.
See,
Mm.
how do you get bacon juice? That's the question.
You milk the bacon.
Duh, right? Yeah.
I thought that's how we. Yeah, we had that
We
conversation.
talked about bacon having nipples.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we had that conversation.
They have a right to have
Have you ever
nipples.
seen bacon with nipples, anyone? No?
Only after I milk it.
I think if you do it right, you can make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So, okay, 30 days from now, what's the date?
Today
It's the
is-
27th.
It's August 29th. So
Oh, shit.
let's
Lost
think
2 days of your life.
August 29th. So I'm going to open up the calendar here.
Till
We are going to connect,
9:30. We have till 9:30. The whole month of September.
which is Wednesday. That is the last day of September. So then we'll reconvene after then. That's
Mhm.
that weekend.
And
that
it'll
week.
be a virtual party.
Yes.
And maybe even invite the guys. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. No, get everyone's take on their virtual date. I like that.
That sounds good.
Boom.
All right. So we're good.
Yay.
Yay. Intermission.
Hey guys, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that segment. One of 3 of Ladies of the Lifestyle talking about virtual dating and virtual parties.
Yeah, having listened to it once already when I edited it, I was really just kind of blown away at how deep you guys get into some of these conversations. And I realize how badly men affect some of your conversations, because we really are these bumbling oafs sometimes that don't let you
Sometimes.
get a word in edgewise. And
Sometimes we have to battle you for it. And that's, that's okay. I don't mind.
yeah, but it's such a good thing to do this, Ladies of the Lifestyle, and let you guys talk amongst yourselves about topics the way you see them without getting our 2 cents, because frankly, you don't fucking need our 2 cents all the time.
I mean, I'm a swinger, so I like sharing in general, but in a room like that with women that I love and respect, it's somewhere in there, it feeds my soul. And I enjoyed it. I got a lot out of it myself personally, even though we were creating content, obviously, for listenership, but it was very raw, very real. I'm looking forward to the next 2 episodes releasing, because we really got pretty deep.
Yeah, you guys did, and I know what's coming because I saw the other pieces, and I think anybody that doesn't really consume all of this, and it is different, right? It's 4 voices in a room. Sometimes all 4 ladies laugh at the same time, and it's loud, and it's like, oh,
But
that
it
was a
felt
little
so
brutal.
good. It felt so good, though.
Yeah, well, I tried to temper it. I used some audio editing
Yeah.
techniques to try and make it
Yeah.
a little less painful. But yeah, you guys got loud there for a
We
bit.
did, and we apologize. It was my first go using all 4 mics, so the sound quality may have been a little off, not what you're accustomed to, so that's my bad.
You know what? It's obvious we recorded something that was not here in the studio, so it's
Yeah.
not going to be the same thing they
Yeah.
get when we're here in the Casual Swinger Studios in beautiful, sunny Orlando, Florida. But I still think that this was something that is so unique that you don't want to miss it. And I'm really glad that you guys hung in here with us for the entire show.
Thank you. So again, look forward to the next episode being released by Our Naughty Escapades. You can find them on Twitter. That one will be covering bisexuality. And then the following week will be Angie from Average Swingers talking about body image.
That's right. And, of course, Admin Andi from Double Date Nation is just there all the fucking time.
I
know.
You can't
get enough of her.
I love her so much. She was a great contributor.
Yeah. Well, for those of you that are still hanging around here in the episode, make sure to join us next Sunday, next week. That's next Sunday at midnight when we release our episode, which is coming your way. And that's the regular episode that's coming your way where we actually talk vasectomy.
Dirty.
Oh,
no, not dirty, but it was very interesting.
It was, because we talked with an extremely hot urologist.
Like stunning. Oh, yeah, absolutely stunning. And Mo's pretty hot too.
Well, Mo's hilarious. I'm not going to say he's hot because I'm not into dudes.
I think they're a beautiful couple.
They are. Well, they're a very attractive couple. They're not swingers, but
not yet.
We're
going to try. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
I'm kidding.
I'm just going to reel them in. But what we're talking about is the Full Release podcast. The Full Release podcast is joining us next week here on Casual Swinger. It is a urologist by the name of Dr. Ashley Winter and Mo Mandel, a comedian, her husband. And they join us to talk about vasectomy and circumcision. That's right. Join us next week for the snip here on Casual Swinger.
Woohoo!
You want to remind everybody one more time where to find us, and we'll get the hell out of here?
So, we are Casual Swinger everywhere, folks. CasualSwinger.com. You send us a message at podcast@casualswinger.com if you have any questions or want to reach out. We are on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you love us, please leave us a review on iTunes. We greatly appreciate that.
That'll do it, folks. This was Ladies of the Lifestyle. Make sure to catch up with Our Naughty Escapades next week for the same thing. And catch us next week, like we said, for the snip. You've been listening to Casual Swinger.